The Acting Permanent Secretary of Education, Mrs. Kelala Talonga, directors from the Ministry of Education, the Director of Primary, Mr. Takali, Director Asset Monitoring, is not here today. Other senior members, the Divisional Education Officer Central, Mr. Sarupapeli Undre, and other members of the Education Office, the manager of the school, Mr. Ramesh Prasad, other members of the school board, head teacher of the school, Mr. Anichan, and his team, the teachers of the school, head teachers of other school. I see Mr. Payas from the school. I see Rita from Wadimono Primary School, and the other teachers and other heads of schools from around Nausori. Thank you very much for coming. Teachers, students, my special greetings to the community here at Nakaikogo. I've always said that Fiji has a unique model where members of the community have constructed most of the schools. Members of the community, 5 base groups: the Sanatan Dharam, the Muslim League, the Arya Samaj, Methodist group, the Catholic Education Society, which is unique throughout the world, when at a time when our forefathers were struggling to find a place for school for their child, they decided to sacrifice and allocate the small resource they had, their little income, their crop, time, to construct schools throughout Fiji, so that unlike them, their children and future generations of this country were not deprived of education. And throughout Fiji, we see, apart from 12 schools, all the schools were constructed by community groups, 5 base groups. And we need to publicly acknowledge the amazing contribution that they did in terms of partnering with government to provide education to the current crop of leaders that we have in the country. And of course, the future leaders will go through this school system. And today, I want to thank the Nakaikogo community, the elders here who were able to make it, some who couldn't come, and of course, the original people who are not amongst us today. And I want to urge all schools throughout Fiji to set aside half a day, once a year, and invite the foundation members and acknowledge those who aren't amongst us, who contributed towards construction of that particular school. We should do that. Not only it's about acknowledging the sacrifice made by our forefathers to ensure that the future generations have education, also to tell our current generation of students what it is about making sacrifice, what it is about giving, and how they gave at a time where extra resources were pretty much insignificant. Giving at that particular era was giving from what you needed. You needed that particular land, you needed that money, but you gave out of that. There was no surplus in that sense, but they still were able to give out so that future generations can have access to education. Again, I want to thank the community members here. I want to thank all the faith-based groups in Fiji who are continuing to look after the schools and ensure that the children are having education. Today, a lot of you have sacrifice your personal family time. So a Jew, he could have been in the shop selling something, but he let it there, gave it to someone else, and it's here. His business time. And many more. Panditji, so Panditji somewhere, right there. They have sacrificed their time to come here today because it's not them who's going to go to the school, but they are concerned about these children. They're concerned about future generations that will come out here. And that is why myself, my colleague, the Permanent Secretary and the Minister of Education here are here today to be part of this joyous moment of opening up the 2 classrooms. In fact, I was supposed to be in Reykjavik, where our Prime Minister is or had already opened up the new bridge. That bridge is not a simple capital construction. That bridge is a symbol of connection. Connection between communities. Connection between generations. Connection between have not and have. What you can have with bridge. And the bridge is something that we need to construct throughout Fiji. Bridge between one end to the other. One bank of the river to the other bank. Bridge between one community to the other. Bridge between one era to the other era. Bridge between one ethnic group to the other ethnic group. We need to construct bridges throughout Fiji amongst every community. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the philosophy of the Bainimarama government. Bainimarama government builds in building and constructing a knowledge-based society. Hence, the motto of the Minister of Education, quality education with change, peace and progress. Ladies and gentlemen, let me dwell a little bit of my time on what is this quality education, what are we want to change, what is about peace and progress. This vision about having quality education for change, peace and progress. What change are we referring to? Change from the current and past scenario, moving towards better standard of living. Moving towards ensuring that the people are well educated. Ensuring that people have access to resources. This is the change that we're talking about. The peace that we're talking about is where everyone lives with integrity. Everyone lives happily. And the progress that we're talking about is where every individual household progresses positively from the past. The Bainimarama government believes in that the material of what ethnic group you belong to, what religious beliefs you hold, where you originate from, whether you're squatter settlement or island or interior, everyone needs to make progress. Progress is a reality, it's a requirement. And it's the Bainimarama government's overall philosophy and ideology is to ensure that we will all have a common vision, a vision towards ensuring that we have a peaceful and stable Fiji where everyone progresses, everyone develops. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where Ministry of Education comes in. We play a very critical role in ensuring that the government's overall vision of growth and development is delivered. Because education feeds into every sector of the society, every industry. No sector, no industry can do without having quality educated people. Ladies and gentlemen, some 3-4 decades ago, we were only talking about qualifications. We are now talking about not only about qualification, but we're talking about education. We're talking about educating our children, educating our youth, educating the whole generation. It's not about educating the young, it's educating the young and old. Ladies and gentlemen, we want an educated society so that the society can make decisions based on logic and reasoning. That's what the Bainimarama government is about. And hence, ministry has a vision of ensuring that we provide quality education. What is quality education? Why quality education now? Why not education? Ladies and gentlemen, times have changed. Times have changed. The global market is moving rapidly, and our children are not part of a local community only of Fiji. Every citizen in this country is part of the global community. Every child is connected to the global world. With this little handset in your hand, you're connected to the whole world. The whole world is connected the moment you have a little gadget. Ladies and gentlemen, we are part of the global world, and hence we need to at least move at the same pace, if not a faster pace. Hence, we need to change the way we are doing things. Status quo is not an option. And continuously, we need to adapt new ways of thinking, new technology, new knowledge. And that's what the Ministry of Education is trying to do, is to ensure that we provide education which is second to none in terms of quality. Our children are competing with other children from other countries in the global labor market. Our children are competing with other children from other countries and other universities in our local labor market. Hence, our education should be second to none in terms of quality with any other institution. Ladies and gentlemen, in this regard, the Ministry of Education has undertaken 3-pillar reform. Pillar 1 is ensuring that our teachers are up to that standard in terms of delivery. We are working closely with our teachers. They are very capable lot, and we are working on how they can fine-tune their delivery. We are also ensuring that we recruit best quality, highly qualified teachers, the best and brightest mind, and then put them in our classrooms. Pillar 2 is respect to content review. Just today, this morning, I met a group who were talking about deficiencies in our history subject. Our students not able to understand and appreciate and have full comprehension about our own history. We need to teach our students to know about our heritage, our own origin, our history. So the pillar 2 is about looking at content review, so that we not only will provide education, but we provide right education to our children, so that we contribute to building better citizens of this country. The children that will come out will define the quality of society, quality of Fiji in future. Hence, the responsibility on us is enormous. It is for this reason that we are continuously thinking about how we can better do what we are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say that over the last 12 months, the level of interrogation of the work that we are doing, the level of discourse that we have seen about education was never before there. Never before we had this level of discourse and interrogation that we have in education now. Never. Through letter to editor, through complaints, through comments, through symposiums. And I must say, I want to thank all those people who are writing letter to editor, writing to us, emailing to us. We like it. We want it more. Do it. We want to be interrogated. We want to be questioned. We read it. Every bit that you write to us, every letter that appears in the paper columns, we read it. We read it. We appreciate that. We're not defensive about it. We want discourse to take place. We want people to interrogate us. It keeps us active. It makes us sharpen our heels. It makes us relook at the things that we're doing. And I appreciate that. And it demonstrates, when you have that level of interrogative discourse, it demonstrates that things are happening. It demonstrates that things are happening, and I like that. We like competition. We like to be challenged. Ladies and gentlemen, our pillar 3, with regard to reforms in education, deals with infrastructure. Quality of infrastructure, which has a direct bearing on the learning environment. we want our children, whether they are attending a school in the island, in the interior, or in the urban area, to have access to the same level and quality of infrastructure. Hence, we have got a 4-year plan. We've got a 4-year plan of investing in infrastructure. And ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our Prime Minister and our government, I want to assure you that over the next 4 years, we will continuously invest on infrastructure for all ECE primary and secondary schools throughout Fiji to ensure that, one, we remove the burden on the poor communities, and secondly, to ensure that the children in urban or interior or island have the same quality of infrastructure, be it classrooms, be it ablution block, be it library, IT level. We will provide funds for that. Incrementally. Ladies and gentlemen, this year, the Bainimarama government has spent the largest amount of budget for education and the largest amount of budget for capital infrastructure for schools and primary schools. Never before, the amount of investment we have done in millions of dollars for repair and maintenance and new construction that we have done this year, in millions of dollars, never before. This is the vision of the Bainimarama government in terms of ensuring that we get the quality education, right education, and the right learning environment. But I must say, and I must admit, that this journey towards raising the bar for academic excellence cannot be delivered overnight, cannot be delivered in 1 year. We have now embarked on a journey to raise the bar of academic excellence, and we're looking at least 4 years. At least 4 years. And I'm now calling on all stakeholders to come and support us. We need support from parents. We need support from community leaders. We need, of course, support from the business sector and the NGO and donor community. We need it to shorten this time. To shorten this time with respect to our journey towards raising the bar for academic excellence. And I want to assure you that we in the ministry are mindful about the quality of graduates out of our primary and secondary school system. We are mindful of the deficiencies with respect to values and virtues. And we are noting it down, and we are constantly questioning ourselves, where have we gone wrong, how we can do things better. And I must say that we as a team in the ministry belongs to a team. We're working very hard to ensure that the package that we deliver, the package will be in terms of ensuring that we churn out complete products, finished product, a complete student, which is not only ready for universities and technical colleges, but also will be ready for the society. We're doing our best with respect to that. Ladies and gentlemen, these words, I want to again thank the community members here who have worked hard to deliver these 2 new classrooms. This is a testimony of how community members can work with the Ministry of Education to contribute towards raising the vision of this government in terms of ensuring that children get right education. Ladies and gentlemen, we strongly believe that education is the only way towards ensuring that these children have a better, secured, and a progressive future. Bainimarama government has accepted this and recognizing this, hence the major investment that they're doing to education. Ladies and gentlemen, I also must thank our Finance Minister, who has been very receptive to our submissions to budget. For the last 6 years, prior to 2015, there was no increase in new establishment for teachers. New schools came up, but there was no new establishment. This year, for the first time, the Finance Minister had made allocation, Honorable Ayaz Qayyum, for 700 new teachers. And that commitment will continue, probably not in the quantum, but the commitment by the Finance Minister, Honorable Kayum, for education will continue in coming years as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to assure you all that this Bainimarama government is committed towards ensuring that we will have an educated society, and that is the solution to dealing with all kinds of ills in the society and dealing with the issue of stability, peace and progress. With these words, I want to again comment, and it's my pleasure to formally declare these 2 classrooms open, and our commitment will continue. This is what you see now in different schools is a beginning of a new era towards raising the bar with respect to academic excellence. Thank you, Vinakan Dhanawad.
With a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.